Vilakazi tukudu sure bafethu hayi bafethu mina ngibheke i-Sundowns ne-Kaizer Chiefs because ngiyazi ukuthi umdlalo we-Pirates ne-Swallows it's a draw vele akho nto enje esizoyibona la i-draw kuzoba i-draw ka-not or draw ka-1-1 but for igame ye-Chiefs ne-Pirates khona umuntu uzoshawa laphana angifuni ukukhuluma kakhulu kodwa khona umuntu uzoshawa lapha sure danko.
All right. Welcome back to Massive 11 on Massive Metro. Nkululeko Nkeu and Junior Khanye, Offensive Pilia High and Justice Chabalala. Collectively, we are Itiski TV. We have an hour every week on Fridays between 5 and 6. We talk to football fans. Of course, a lot of the support comes through from our social media platforms on Itiski TV YouTube. We are live now. And of course, on Itiski TV Facebook. We have over or around 200,000 followers there on our Facebook. We say thank you so much for that. You know what's funny is that I think we have two voice notes, and people are thinking that Solos versus Pirates is going to be a draw. And I think it's becoming a meme or a parody of itself in the Solos Uguti. No matter how good they're doing, it's like they always find a way to draw a game. In Cape Town City, it was a 0-0 draw. And last season, I think they broke the record, Santos, with 17, 18 or 19 draws. Obviously, by Shaili Pirates 2-1, we MTN 8. What do you make of that game? Let's go straight into that game.
Yeah, Ivaruti. Ngishilo Nkululeko ngizokuphindela Usimo the assistant from Richards Bay.
Sure.
Very good coach. Brendan Tritton, very good coach in terms of philosophy abiyafana. Also bringing players abazokhona ukuthi badopte style of play sabo wethu. I like the way ba move ibhola ngakhona, but ngisasho namanje phambili they're lacking. Even in the middle, Musa, I don't think he back up after Musa. And kunamanye amagame whereby ngicabanga ukuthi Musa melu ungamsebenzisi ngoba you need umuntu ofana nohlompo variety game. Musa umuntu othanda short passing, but kunamanye ethola ukuthi umuntu uyamnida also adlale first time behind the defense. He must be technically good. So up front there you can't rely on Khamaldin alone. And
so they're strengthening now and they're changing a little bit. So there's Uwambi, I think you like him. They introduced him, and then they've introduced Keleto Makhalwa from the bench. And then they have two players who are playing out wide who are new. Udilian Solomon's Nondlov. I think Ketuk Tulan Lovikamalik. So they look a little bit fresh, but of course those players don't have a professional experience at the high level, especially Udilian Solomon's Nondlov. Yeah.
This is the thing that I'm talking about. Those are front three white players.
Yeah.
Kulmanga two, right and left.
Yeah.
The problem yabo be upon last season. The coach is very good in terms of structure to structure the team. Assemble good players, but inexperience again. Same the problem about last season. Already ngamasign bonagay. Now, and if you stop attacking first 45 minutes or 55, Pirates won't sit back. They've got number of experienced players. Coach he add the experienced players up front, man. No man be 4-5. Abantu, yes, Skelet was good.
No man be 4-5.
About 4 or 5 players.
No man be 4-5.
Yeah, so Ukeleto is a good player. Remember, sometimes it's very exciting,
sure.
Upcoming, but you can't. Ukeleto beyangadlali regularly. Also, Wambi Starsam. Love the boy.
Yeah, he scored. I remember the game about the Royal AM. There was a cross from Ukeleto Makhalwa. Last minute, it's like the 94th minute. And then that was the first shot on target, actually, the whole game. Cross from Ukeleto Makhalwa and the header from Wambi.
Was the ball about the thing rust?
Sure.
Those who need midfielders who are like this. A defensive, he can defend and attack. Ball playing, was so was predictable, he knows when where. So going to Orlando Pirates, Abana coach even now. Effects.
Yeah. Why do you think, you make a good point about the fact that they don't have a coach? Yes. I don't think Manchester United would behave that way. I don't think that Liverpool or Chelsea or Bayern Munich or Barcelona would behave that way. Why do you think a big club, number one, goes to pre-season with Joseph Zinnbauer? Secondly, they play 2 matches into new season, no Joseph Zinnbauer. Thirdly, they fire him, which they should have done a long time ago. And fourth, they go with assistant coaches and they make no announcement. Yoguti, we're still searching. We'll give these guys
I'm
2
sure,
weeks.
Lora.
After 2 weeks, so search. Why is a big team behaving like they are not a big team?
And then Nkululeko VAR, you're making a good question and so pendul. Nkululeko, it's very important ukuthi i-technical team ixoxeke. I-VAR ukuthi mang i-Pirates lento yenzile ama-results wabo angaba surprise. Yeah, they mustn't be surprised about ama-results. Even players, if they behave on the field bazilawule, there's no lead outside. I-coach abanayo coach. Fatlu was there. Usingile yena no Zimbabwe. They're supposed to get rid of him. No Zimbabwe. Long ago, right? And preseason idlulile. Window period is closed. Mamel. Yeah, if our bring us now, aksikudala da mhlawumbe unabo 4 weeks. So bringing that coach there, he never signed. He didn't have a preseason with the team. Azange akwazi ukuthi azisignele ama-player wakhe according to philosophy yakhe. Akakazazi ukuthi umephi.
Yeah,
So-
because we still don't know whether he's a
But
coach.
a technical team, yeah.
We assistant, Bapala assistant, even when they put it on social media, but he assistant, yeah.
Yeah. So
We assistant Kabani, yeah, if he's an assistant.
yabo, so ivar ukuthi ivar. So ukuphendula nje kahle. Ithi technical team ePirates I respect to flight ngihlale ngisho mina. But kwesikhathi I respect uqinile ukuze ngihlangane nayo la eSandton City Grootman Jimmer yalazi ibhola ngiyakwazi lokho but amanye ama decision bawathatha amangazi asithusa thina. Because by now club enkulu Orlando Pirates.
Yes.
They're supposed long ago get rid of that coach before preseason says so. Mina understand even bamletheleni ngoba in knowledge zero. They're supposed to land nama coach ala South African Nkululeko even na ngisayiphinda nama kunama coach la as provile wamanye ama team. They are South Africans uzombona kanjani ukuthi akekho ukuthi ungamnika ngichance. Uma ungacheka uncikazi naye is arrows imnika chance so njengoba bamlanda bebe ngebambone. So mabawanike these coaches amanye for instance ngezinje example bese bawa support ababi involved unless coach ithi ngifuna iplayer so kulaba nga I respect to Floyd, I respect to Preston blind balance ibhola but sometimes I understand ukuthi it's them or I respect to chairman futhi Dr. Ivan Cos but I mistake bayenzile enkulu ukubring uZimbabwe to Orlando Pirates mangayibona le way idlala ngakhona I coach nokuthi bamiyeke isikhathi eside kangaka bazomrelease manje season seyiqalile futhi. Another thing lama player la why didn't they add the quality instead by add the traffic ngoba ba bring bathe atsibe baningi but there's no quality. You can't bring a player base alone and mfana kuya Free Sisters is never as much and then
Munapole Saleng.
selling bani you understand so yena lo mfana ukwanda kadlali ever Cape Town City
Maritzburg United.
and then you bring him to Pirates. So bring the coach and then the coach is another player. A very coach that a coach enzo ihlonipha. Ngizwile nje kune rumor Kevin Johnson, I'm not too sure. Good coach, but they were supposed to before season iqala. Speak to him bring. Yeah, ngoba Nkululeko iVAR ukuthi I situation myself. iPirates ayikabi ne ungizwe kahle kabi winning a team ayikabi nayo. I team nje yasichaze ngeteam 11 yabo abakabi nayo. That's why they continue ngale season. Yabo and uma ungacheka abekho balance yabo ngibabonile manje babadlala neSwallows even nange-Chiefs Black Label bebangekho convinced basebenzisa same mentality le yale coach vele bekuseseyiyo nale ama-fans noma bebayi-add those fans bafaka ama-fans those bekusame Orlando Pirates le i-coach beyifaka so now Nkululeko ungizwe kule game le bazostruggle yabo yes bangayiwina nge-individual brilliant le yokuthi somebody had ukuthi aqede 3 people surprise abantu lodge ngoba uyabayenzela most of the things okanye hoto kuke 3 technical and free but in terms of a team playing as a team more solid when it come to defending babe more structured a team move ibhola as like uyababona ukuthi they are shape tactically and discipline as well is a problem.
Do you know what's crazy? It's 35 minutes past 5. You're listening to Diski TV on Massive Metro, Nkululeko Junior Khanye, Offensive Player High, and Justice Chabalala behind the scenes as well. What's interesting as well is that last season we were saying, and this was true, factually, we were saying Sundowns is the best team. After them, Orlando Pirates definitely has the best team in terms of free personnel. Number 2, Yabanga Mazulu. Right? If we are saying they have the best team, because they do, in terms of collection of players,
Paper
on paper.
yeah.
But the number 2 Wenga Mazulu. the previous season, when Peter won it on the last day, we were saying after Sundowns, Pirates has the best team. But on number two, Engbani, Kaiser Chiefs. When will this failure continue? Because even this season, we can make the argument. We can put all these starting lineups and or 18-man squads as teams, and we could say, I could say, any day I would like to coach the Pirates lineup any day, and we can make the argument. But we'll always come back to after Sundowns, Pirates have the best squad. Chiefs now is coming. Maybe they are top four, but why are they failing to capitalize and failing to do anything with this squad?
Technical team yabo, simple. Decision making, bring the coach there. I'll let you know about their team. Bring the coach according to the players that you've signed. Or ninga sign my player, lindani coach sign my player. Basi 80 structure sayo. Yabo. Bring the culture back. We see culture club. That's why South Africa struggle so. Bring the culture back. Orlando Pirates. Baluzi identity. They just bring anyone to Orlando Pirates now. You understand? Brings in Pagas ne play one. Tati bo 1 year 6 months to Tabas abo Pule abo Vincent Pule. How can you bring somebody who's a funda ma player for 1 year 6 months? Yabo ufundi chose the muntu maga to alahleka. Ungizwe kahle Nkululeko, we need to be honest and straightforward. If our ukuthi I technical team Pirates ngihlonipha but decision making ukuthi balanduza in it was wrong. Yabo ukuthi bamkhipha isikhathi I mean the season yaye before last season. I remember Chiefs idliwa last minute. About draw never okay, sometimes win at 3-0. Yet a chance to win the league. Udrama came a melang draw. The coach Monile with to like knowledge. Upegi starting starting 11 sack, Edwamund, Udluanga le Chima we 4. Hoping we intend against it. So if I would be made
all right. Quickly before we go to the ad break, and of course listening to some of the voice notes as well. 064-525-0513. Thank you very much for those voices as well. We really appreciate them. Just reiterate your prediction again tomorrow. This original Soweto Derby, Swallows Football Club, Orlando Pirates.
Draw or Pirates individual. It will take a spectacular goal. Individual or Pirates can win. Or draw. You guys choose him.
All right. Massive 11, Massive Metro, Idiski TV.
Massive 11, the mecca of football lovers, is now on 87.6 Elders FM and with Massive Metro.
Aldumirisa Junior Khanye, Nkululeko My Brother. Give me a shivling gear, solo pet. I think Nukinana, Mantlan Gingazi. Nan Obilena a sharp bully players. I think Battle win a game. I think Nagos is in Ikala. The player neri adoptile system ya Zimbabwe. So, whoever adjust inele na kuhutono baka adjust to manlan as fast over. But I think Pirates to fit. Train you wanna train out. Training. Then going to Sundowns to the Chiefs. I think it over to go. I think it over to go. 1-1 or 2-2.
Nkululeko My Brother kunjani? Ithi ngicale ngibulise wena, ngibulise uJunior lapho and Benedict Little Napoleon. Bafethu kunjani? Keep on supporting this KTV. We are fighting no one, trying to fix South African football. Ya Nkululeko. Le game enkulu izodlaliwa kusasa eMabhakani neSwallows. Lapha mfethu ngizobona ukuthi Pirates izoluza Nkululeko because abazange bahlangane kahle. If you can check le line up esiyijwayele bayichenjile manje ukungena kofana nabantu abafana Goodman Mosele nabo Tlolane wabona, so basafuna maybe ngithi combination wabona, but kusasa hayi ngeke bawina. So
this is Massive Metro. Massive Metro. Sihamba Pass.
I'm Palesa Mofokeng. I'm a filmmaker and a model. I teach young girls self-confidence. Vaccines are free, easy, and accessible, and are our best layer of defense against COVID-19. Get yours. Zwagala. Join us.
WhatsApp us on 076 252 5884. Proudly brought to you by the National Department of Health, the U.S. Agency for International Development, UN Verified, and UNICEF South Africa.
Good afternoon, gents. Well, siqale sibingelele kwi-Diski TV. Sibulise mina nonke bafowethu. Keep up the good work. We are very proud of you as Indlemnyama. We know very well ukuthi there are most challenges kumsebenzi wenu, and you encounter different challenges out there. Abantu benivimba, some attacking you, insulting you in many different ways, hence afraid, but ilokhu nje iyazama ngendlela ezama ngayo yona, but even though in a many of ama-draws done. So I'd say openly ukuthi that game is going to be a draw.
Greetings to Nkululeko My Brother and my favorite analyst in the whole fucking world, Junior Khanye. The match that I'll be looking forward to is obviously going to be Mamelodi Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs. And on this game, I see Kaizer Chiefs winning, and Orlando Pirates and Solos. On this one, Nkululeko My Brother, I foresee a draw here. Thank you.
Sure, Nkululeko My Brother. Aw, Mr. Khanye, #1 fan. Yeah, mina ngifuna ukuqala ngale game le-Pirates ne-Swallows. Hey, mina ngiyiboni i-Pirates wina misahlala ngale ndlela edlala ngayo. Angazi noma ngizothi mhlawumbe abadlali ababhedayo noma ngizothi ucoach, kodwa nje like tactical decision ngingasho ngithi ucoach. How come ukuthi kuzodlala abantu abanjengo-Abel Mabaso bekhona abantu abadlala leyo position yokuThabiso Monyane ngaphandle? Ngivele nga-understand mina yabo.
My name is Panyaza Lisufi. You are listening to Massiv 11, the Makeout Football. Where you are, remain here forever.
All right, welcome back to Massiv 11 on Massive Metro. Thank you so much for the voice notes. Unfortunately, due to the nature of media, digital media, and everything else that comes with it, we have to keep it snappy. That's why I always say when I write those Facebook posts, just keep it very, very short. Otherwise, we do appreciate it's not disrespect that we cut some of those voice notes short. Unfortunately, we have to keep it snappy. We have only 15 minutes left in the building. Someone was saying Junior Khanye is my favorite in the whole flipping world. I love that voice note. My favorite analyst. Earlier on in the show, I was talking about books as well. I forgot to mention, I was recommending, and Junior Khanye obviously was letting us know his book with Nicholas Kirkinis is now in the publishing stages. It should be out by February, and I gave you a recommendation that you should read Utembi Khatlana's book, and of course, The Curse of Teko Modise, if you want to understand most of what happened in the 2010 World Cup, Santana and how clueless he is, and how we were robbed by someone who doesn't even know South African football, and then 1996. And of course, I think this is a great book, Kanil Tovi, because if you didn't know football in the 80s, he documents who won the league and how from 1980 up until the 2000s when he stopped playing for Kaizer Chiefs. That's a great book as well. What I did forget to mention as well was that last week, Thursday, Mark Williams, not Mark Fish, Mark Williams was launching his own book too. Of course, Mark Williams scored 2 goals in the African Cup of Nations final where we won against Tunisia. So he is a nation builder. If you see his book out there, please consume it. Some of these books give you clues of where we went wrong with Bafana Bafana. When we're complaining about Bafana Bafana today, I'm 31. And there are things that I didn't know that happened 20 years ago. Sometimes we need these books to let us know what happened. When you open Junior Kanye's book, you will find out who signed him for Kaizer Chiefs, and you will get an idea of who was behind the scenes at Chiefs when it comes to pushing young players through. So you get to learn, okay, this team in 2003 actually emphasized youth, and that's why they were successful. So with books, you get clues of how the people were operating and why they were successful. So thank you very much to everyone who's paying attention and giving support to Junior Khanye and all the South African books that are out there at the moment. Now then, interesting, Sundowns Kaizer Chiefs. A lot of people are saying the Soweto Derby for tomorrow, Swallows Pirates is a draw. You've made your predictions. We keep it moving then to the next game. Maybe the best place to start is that, and I said to you earlier on that Sundowns in the last game that they played before the international window, for the first time, they played the Sundowns that looks like Sundowns. I mean, all the players that you would expect to play there. So that's maybe a positive. It was messed up by the weather. We thought we would have seen a better game without the weather. What do you make of the game Sunday and maybe even selection in Sundowns?
Yeah, Ivar Uguti, man, let's stop killing South African football about these agents and favors, man. Eish, mafethu. Esibhekubusa ukuthi ubani achieve ukudlula mina as a player and then angeke ngimfake okanye ngibifile intimidated bese ngiyamsabotage. Nkululeko Ivar ukuthi Sundowns if they can stick to team kaPitso Msimane le assembleile. Mhlambe kulama player bawasayinile. We not saying bangayenza ama-sub, but that's unnecessary. Ama-sub wabo stop putting players that they don't deserve to play. They will draw some couple of games but bagcine baba compare nabantu ebekungamelanga baba compare nabo. I-Sundowns mabangayenza i-selection le bayenze ngegame ye-Arrows first league semi-final ye-MTN 8 i-Sundowns yes i-Grand Kekana bamdlalisile. I don't know what's going on ngoNasimento but Ivar ukuthi naye understanding uyabona emdabula. So Ivar ukuthi Nkululeko laba bantu laba one the reason omunye umuntu azobona ngathi uJunior isa mina ngifene team idlala ifootball noma yipi yabo those people in South African football should be played like that. You understand, passing around kuma channel agree but ifuna proper training leyo nto leyo ifuna a coach that believe also sign ama player according to that philosophy. We cannot sidlale helicopter football that we sama South African. We're not good aerial. We know we've sameli minyaka we're not good aerial. Kulego we similar like Spanish. We good technically, skillful wise. We are Brazilian, Argentina, South American, but proper development it's a difference between us at the early age. So it's sometimes what I love. It's a philosophy with development the first team fun. But now in Tabazenzai, like currently since Pizzo is left, but the complexion of the Monga Chekumkulis in the game there, but Ronnie Chiefs, the Bazaba Mapena leading 2-0. Why was not playing? Why Chad was on the bench? I mean, reality, why also Nascimento was not what is Serene was not playing. You understand? Kemite Rasmus says I'm injured, but sometimes he sit on the bench if he is there. And why Mvala is busy starting as I said. Rivaldo Kutsi is making mistake week in and week out. I know he makes a center back. Yes, immediately no glada, but you can't have say about Rivaldo Kutsi when player way by.
I think as you say that, actually, I'm starting to think something else now. I think we have learnt enough about Sundowns and Rivaldo in the last 2 years. They were knocked out of the CAF Champions League twice against the Al Ahly. Do you remember the first leg of Al Ahly where Onyango made a mistake? That our biggest takeaway was that Umabuwe had to carry Rivaldo. Umabuwe and Mkulisa had to carry Rivaldo. They had to literally be almost like defenders because of Rivaldo. Have we not reached the time and have we not seen enough matches to make the case Yoba Lendwana Maibule back center back because he is a center back.
He is.
Can we not say when he was 17,
good player,
Mdalisa center back, can he not go back there? Because at CAF Champions League, the highest level we have in the continent, he always becomes a challenge.
Even now with TSTV Premiership,
yeah,
kuna game abadlala Chiefs this season.
Yes. The one game that they lost the whole season was that game and that mistake.
That's why I mentioned the Chiefs because they lost the game. The Chiefs.
That was the only loss.
Rivaldo is center back.
Yeah.
South Africa is similar like about Thiago in terms of a reading development. I'm bored with the Ajax development. Ajax always rater in terms of developing players. Rivaldo we have structure whereby one and set up like on. But good one push up middle and then we create a trump. Bang against next. Nkululeko and then we go favor. I mean. A fit lombo ke kanong enzanga next ufaku Rivaldo de ulo Rivaldo kutse week in and week out is making love right highest level cap now with TSTV Premiership ama game whereby intensity is high is struggling bona bu Arrows ngoba badlala njengabo sini so by favor also ang understand mina Nkululeko unabo Kemite Rasmus unokubafaka ebenchini abo Kapinga a guy that was coming okay sekaze qinile just like that and then ubheka ibench labo mabayenza banokufaka bo Safranco not clueless yes scoring topoki clueless they can't find him. Sundowns wedlala ngakhona imsuta bo Safranco if bakhuluma ngeCape So debate. I mean, they should have go for an example. There are many players that they could go in South Africa but buy to this team. But understand the club Sundowns, they're playing against them. And also Safranco clueless.
All right, after the break, we'll look at Kaizer Chiefs and then, of course, leading towards the predictions. You're listening to Massive 11, Itiski TV on Massive Metro. My name is Nkululeko My Brother. He is Junior Khanye. After this, we will come back with Kaizer Chiefs predictions.
It's time to feel the quality, the control, the variety, to feel Africa. It's time to go premium free. 25 channels. Everything from comedy, lifestyle, reality, sport, kids, and blockbusters. With access to 200 more. Free forever. No cost, no subscription. Take the next step. Tune in and just watch. It's that easy. Start watching premium free today. Why pay? Just watch.
Hi, I'm Super Hot 6 Mabuse, and you're listening to Massive Metro.
Ngibingelele lapho Mr. Nkewu nawe lapho Braki. No, ulungele lo mpele lo eseGlen KZN. Ngithi mina ke igame yangeSunday as long as i-Kaizer Chiefs isame ngoKhatoso nangoMatsohe emuva. I think i-Sundowns izoyina le game. Ngoba hayi cha their centre back pairing sikhombisile ukuthi iyafade and ucoach uyaqhubeka uyathembela kuyona. Umbuzo wami ukuthi uhlalisa kanjani i-defender of the season ebhenjini and ngibone nama-reports ukuthi usecabanga ukumshintsha uNcobo umenza i-centre back umenza i-central midfield kanjani. Hayi yabona kodwa uStuart Baxter nami ngibuye ngivumelane nawo Braki ubuye ibhola libone ngenye indlela. Ngiyabonga.
Bafethu obviously uyicacile bafethu. I-Sundowns izophumelela. Izophumelela i-Sundowns. No doubt it's gonna beat Kaizer Chiefs 2-0. This coming Sunday, this weekend, yeah. It's gonna beat Kaizer Chiefs 2-0, guys, no doubt. 2-0. Mushishe and Sereno. Yeah, that's all.
Ole Junior Khanye nawe lapho Nkululeko My Brother kwi-Massive Metro. Iscore sango-weekend kuma-big matches ngiyayinikeza lapha i-Pirates maybe ngo-2-1 or 1-0. Yeah, isona score leso but engisithemba kakhulu kuzoba u-1-0. Ngiphekelela kwele imbangi ey'nkulu lezi i-Kaizer ne-Sundowns ngiyayinikeza i-Sundowns maybe 3-1 or 2-0 iyawina lapho i-Sundowns.
Molo bashwela kakhulu. Owami umbono ubheke lapha phakathi kwe-Mamelodi Sundowns ne-Kaizer Chiefs. Ngithi ozokora kuqala phakathi kwe-Mamelodi Sundowns ne-Kaizer Chiefs uyena ozodliwa. Makore Chiefs kuqala iyezodliwa, makore Sundowns kuqala iyezodliwa. Ngibonge msasazi.
Hi, my name is Cynthia Ngema, and you are listening to the Massive Metro.
All right, welcome back to Massive 11, Massive Metro, 5 minutes before top of the hour. Thank you so much for the voice notes, and we always say every single weekend or every Friday that it's first come, first serve. But one thing that's for sure, though, is the love. We really appreciate the participation as well. One way of us knowing whether or not you are with us and you're listening and you love the show is through your engagement. We have 1,003 or 1,400 people watching live on Facebook. We have around 600 people watching us on YouTube Live as well. So we thank you very much for that. And of course, there's so many people listening in on Massive Metro on the internet as well. If people are sending voice notes and they say the occasional F word or the occasional B word, it's really not that important. You're not going to die if someone says F once on radio. If someone slips up and says something wrong, this is a football show. We're trying to entertain you. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Don't send emails. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't mess up such a great show like this. Junior Khanye, 5 minutes left. I was saying no. When people were saying Sundowns 3-1, Sundowns 2-0. I'm not trying to say that I don't think Sundowns will win, but I don't think it's going to be, because I saw the gap was closing in that second half. Yalameche MTN 8. I could see the Chiefs were catching up to Sundowns tactically, and even it was Temba about the Chiefs the last time we saw them. So I don't think that the gap is too big. But when Sundowns have their best 11, the one that we all know, we know that it's a win for Sundowns if they put the best 11.
Yeah, bazofaka yona. IVAR. Kuleka IVAR ukuthi Khanye is back ngithi.
Sure.
Going to Chiefs.
Oh yeah, we're
ngikhulumile
supposed to
nge-Sundowns,
talk
yeah.
about Chiefs now, yeah.
Yeah. Kaizer Chiefs.
How can they win this game? Without talking about their faults, I think one of the best voice notes we got here was one of the listeners was saying a partnership pairing Kakadoso, Nomatoho, or Kulumangongcobo, and it was spot on. But my question to you would be, how can they win against Sundowns?
Angeke kube easy ukuthi badle Sundowns because one, Sundowns, the understanding is very high. Yeah, each other in terms of passing ability, technically. Ngeke ubone first touch ibhola liphakama. They know strength each other. They've got individual talent, Mshishi, Sereno, Khanye, and the child as well. So understanding balekile Nkululeko can be best individual but bazokushaya.
Every team, there's a way to beat every team. That's why I ask you that
IVAR,
question. There's a way. Ikhona indlela yokushaya Sundowns.
Bangayidla mangabe ungizwe
Yeah.
indlela bangayidla ngayo
Sure.
effect. Mangabe bazoyenza lento abo bomvala and then nabo rival badlale bonke. You understand? Making favors and then nabo mayema babafake. It's a problem. Kuleko IVAR ungizwe going to Chiefs just simple. Bana ma player that they've signed. Good players. Peter Rasta kakabe right by the balance. Kumla ngukike Ntoli. If him in Karma can be okay. Bangadla abantu abaningi. But ukuhlanganisa combination, it takes a cleverness. Abantu aba good. Mangabe baning ba good more than 4-5. I'm taking. You need a clever coach. A coach that will understand. You had those two center backs, Cardoso and Tower. Baluzi league last minute. They leader 13 points, 2 of them they cost you the league. Last season they considered so many goals. Either they sleep, ball watching, baby flat, baby shy. 1-on-1, by some plan. You understand? Each have good bate, they can't pay good last time. They call
Oh yes, that headed goal.
But shy timing. But
because he's not taller than them.
Timing ngaba mude njengoba ngisho ube ngale studio but timing so Nkululeko IVAR ukuthi le thulele out ikhuluma iqiniso it's another blunder.
So how would you integrate uNgcobo? Would you ungakhipha abantu kule partnership so that uNgcobo becomes uzopartnersha nabantu?
Good question. Utawa ngamtshela makhe lo uNgcobo imsuphele mnandi kakhulu le Nkululeko utshela Utawa ukuthi angenza into eningi if umuntu aphasa ugoalkeeper noNgcobo izolivulela cause angaphasa square uzoyenza amablunder. Le izokhuluma naye lo Nqobo yalazi ayikwazi hlala ngaphandle leyawuthi ikhuluma IVAR is a defend of the season in terms of lento yenza unasimento ku Sundowns akunike khona bukhole Alexander uyakwazi ukuthi athi kube nehole if igcwele adla tactical ungizwe this two center back ngiyalapho Hlanti as well tactical is poor wenza izinto ezwrong eziningi Nkululeko bazomdabula iSundowns if uzoyenza ngoba IVAR tactical is poor yakho ukuthi Maxine contract even bamrecommenda kubafana bathi call left backs babambiza ama defend Hlanti udlala as a winger and it's a problem right back uGrandom mfana uBlum bamlahlele lapha yeah he's improving lapha iposition yakhe yeah he's doing lapha no
yeah he is looking good on
unjelile angithi bekadlala yona kweMDC enungcono lapha ngoba kangeni ku traffic
there's no decision required you are just dealing with number
in the middle a bit of a question mark ku Chiefs in terms of playmaking ngoba le Nqobo kezisisa intwana encane kuye coach ufuna ama ready made ngikhuluma ngishort le ntwana encane ne was coming
partnership ka Nange no Cole Alexander ko wow ne but it looks better than last season it looks better than whatever they had last season
true but now you playing a 3 you can't play Parker and then Nonange as a attack you can't you play Cole yes and Cole uNkazangani is playing not ukuthi ufana butshani
ayiphoza le
ayazi ibhola kakhulu so le mfana ufuna umuntu ozomcompliment yes unanga ngasiphethe mina ngisiveni yakhe but make no mistake so far
so good
yeah make akakabi wow but yambo back up playing a 2 offensive lo mfana lo was coming all right uNgcobo but as a youngster you won't play
Sikhota and Dolly and Billiard front three yakho
bekumele adlale kanjalo my brother Khama as false number 9 and then mhlamba isutolo or leyo Sikhota uDolly ezika uDolly hlakampile naka right angakhatha in but combination akakwazi ukuhlanganisa you understand how can ngebaroka you leading 2-0 ngebaroka
bazamovala they all baroka almost equalized
that's why uconcern ufaka uDubu center back umkhipha uleader 2-0 ufaka uDubu wenzani yakhiya ungebaroka and then Sundowns uzwenzani ngeSundowns because bazoliphasa and abazoliphasa bakufuna futhi nalapha epalini ngoba liphasa kuma-era green kule understanding yalaba chithi something else yabo
No, look, there's never a debate about who's the best team in the country, especially when they put the right players in there. Every match that Sundowns plays, I always think they're going to win until they don't win. Let's wrap it up then. We are already out of time, but maybe last 1 minute for you. What kind of game do you see and your prediction as well?
Sundowns
is it going to be open? What kind of game do you
it's
think?
going to be reality ukuthi uStuart will come defending. Besa abakade nge-transition. Uzoza ngalesi team ukuthi asiba catch up nge-transition, but kusimple ukudefend i-transition. Sundowns is very clever in terms of that. Yabo. So Nkululeko ivar ukuthi i-Sundowns ne-chess galaxy yenzile whereby they wait for him. Yabo bamlinda ukuthi adlale bese yabo. So going to kumamele Sundowns banama surprises ngeline-up egreen. Sundowns will win the game Nkululeko ivar. Chiefs zorila ku asibalindeni siye but ukubalinda bazokubreaka. Ume kanjani ubalinda ume kanjani. So you can't rely ngokhama into abazoyenza Sundowns bazofuna ukucima ukhama. Pure and simple. Lo mfana lo nange I don't think you'll function kubujali. Ngeke Nkululeko ngeke kube easy. Noma ngafunction
but it's an interesting
No Nkululeko ujali.
It's an interesting toe.
You know if they can put him Khulisi and Jali.
And then call Alexander Nonange that side. It's going to be an interesting battle.
But the Sundowns understanding.
I mean, you can argue with the Sundowns pairing is going to win it, but until badlale, I mean, you might never know how they're feeling. The players are Sundowns and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're making a good point, but Elaban they've been tested with Champions League.
Yeah.
Ngikhuluma ngabo Champions League. Ngale pairing. Okay, uhlompo uphukile uphumile, but they've been tested with Champions League. Laba bantu they beat iPirates mali 4-1. iPirates iphetha bobani la emidlile cabanga badlala
Monare.
Baba ngathi yazi bengathi
under 17 nje.
Champions League because of yabona Nkululeko manmaka. They're not scared to call for the ball. It goes on a training up. So just to cancel Sundowns will win the game.
Right. There you go. We are 3 minutes in extra time. We apologize to the element, the next show by the pristine Queen Aziza. If you're a football or a hip-hop lover instead, please stay tuned for the next show coming up next with Aziza, the pristine queen about Tanda hip hop. Otherwise, from us to you, thank you so much. Keep an eye on the videos on YouTube. Keep an eye on the videos on Facebook as well. We really appreciate you following us. Thank you so much. Take care.